you ready to learn? Because my super experienced guests are ready to share some really valuable information. Make sure and listen all the way to the end to get help and support. So let's start with the best audio experience.
Hello guys, welcome to our show. Today we discuss about link building, how you can get backlinks to your website to improve your ranking on Google, Bing, and any other social media. I'm excited to discuss this topic with Tony Peacock. How are you?
Good, thanks, Anatoly. Thanks for inviting me today. I'm doing well. I'm here in South Africa. That's one of the beautiful things about my business. It's an online business, so as long as I have a computer and access to Wi-Fi, I can literally live anywhere in the world.
Yeah, totally. I often check out some complaints when people are talking that, I can't do my stuff because of circumstances, about not good environment. If you have laptop connection, you have everything what you need, just to go ahead. Yeah. And you shared your story before the podcast that you lived in Russia. Right now you are in South Africa. So yeah. I think it doesn't matter where you are. You can be in moon, but if you have connection, you can connect with others. Okay, before we start, just tell more about your experience, background, and why you decided to pay a lot of attention to link building.
Okay, so my background started when I was 18 years old, 19 years old. I traveled around Australia doing door-to-door selling. I did that for about 5 years. And then I got into advertising and marketing. Then after that, for about 10 years, I did voluntary work. And in order to make ends meet, I was actually doing voluntary work 40 hours a week. So it was kind of like a job, like from 8:30 in the morning till 6 at night. And so on weekends, I started building fences, like wood fences, metal fences, and I would do that on the weekend to make money. But then I met my wife, who's Russian, and so I moved to Russia. And of course, I didn't speak Russian, so it was impossible to get a job, like a job in Russia. And I bought a course called Maps Marketing Blueprint from David Sprague. And in that course, I learned about making videos with Animoto and creating YouTube channels and optimizing videos, uploading them, doing all the SEO, and then ranking videos. So I started doing that for Russian companies, and I did that for about 6 months. But I couldn't really prove to them that they were getting a return on their investment. So they were paying me pretty good money every month, and I was making the videos and ranking the videos, but I couldn't prove that they were getting any business from it. So I then created a Facebook group called the Video Marketing Group, and I started inviting a lot of people to that group. And because of the work that I'd been doing with videos, it became very important to rank those videos. And so I started using software, and then I started selling services to the people within my group who, wanted to rank their YouTube videos. And that led to, people needing to rank websites, their Google My Business listings. And so, pretty much I've gone from, like just one man, now have a team of 35 staff. We have a blog network of more than 40 million, themed across thousands of niches. So no matter what niche the business is in, basically we have clusters of blogs themed for many different niches. So if it's a roofing company, they would come to us and order a campaign, and then we create these backlinks on blogs, niche relevant blogs, and link back to the website. or to, inner pages or to their Google My Business listing. I have a very, a variety of different services which are used for different purposes depending on the anchor text and, what they're trying to accomplish. So, yeah.
Yeah, nice experience. Like it, because you check out many different things and found what works for you. And I'm not sure that Russian companies can pay good money. It's better to pay attention with English-speaking countries because I spent so much time in Ukraine and Russia. Today we have very hard time because of this aggression. But I found that if we are talking about growing online, it's better to cover English-speaking countries, the US, Canada, Australia, many others, because money is quite different, if we compare it with Russian-speaking countries. Okay, I want to ask the first question about creating backlinks. We have Black Hat SEO, White Hat SEO. Can you tell which methods to use, how to choose them, and how do we know that these methods will work well? Because if we touch Black Hat SEO, Google might penalize a website. So, but I know some specialists who can get high results with Black Hat SEO. They know how it works. They can manipulate the system. Probably, I don't know. So, from your experience, how to choose the right strategy, and how do we know that results will come good? Because sometimes you can spend so much resources and get nothing. Even worse, Google might hurt your website. Can you tell more about that?
Sure. Well, I have some opinions about that. I actually don't think there is any such thing as black hat or white hat. As far as Google is concerned, any form of link building, whether it be guest posts or creating backlinks, whether you're buying them or creating them yourself, it's a violation of their terms of service. Google ideally would like everybody just to, just to pay them for Google Ads. So obviously, any site that wants to, rank higher in the Google SERPs needs backlinks. If we take an example, if we pick a city like Miami, because you mentioned that you're in Florida, and let's say we take the roofing niche. Well, in Miami, probably there's 100 or more roofing companies. Every one of those websites are going to have content on them about roofing. They're going to have pictures about roofing, information about roofing. And so, when someone goes to Google and types in, roofing Miami or Miami roofing or roofing company Miami, Google then looks at those 100 roofing companies and it needs to determine, well, out of all of these 100 roofing companies, which 10 do we put on page 1? So if all of the websites have content about roofing, pictures about roofing, testimonials of people that have bought roofing, then obviously one can conclude that the website must need something extra in order to be positioned on page 1. And that's where things like authority, traffic, obviously backlinks come into play, because Google's, looking at the popularity of a website. Typically, if there's a lot of people linking to a website, it means that they have some kind of popularity. Now, of course, when it comes to link building, there are different types of services. I mean, some people are selling services on Fiverr for $5 or $10, and what you get for your money is rubbish. There's redirects, there's non-relevant backlinks, and of course, none of those things really help. And these are kind of like spammy links. The difference between what we do is that we actually have 266 blog platforms. So these are public blog platforms, but they're privately owned, and they're not blocked by Google. So we don't block robots or anything like that. So Google knows that they're available. And then on those domains, we create subdomains and then create networks of blogs in different niches. What Google is looking for is relevance. So if something is linking to your site, it needs to be relevant. Now you can do, you can do outreach, where you can reach out to people and say, hey, could you link back to my website? I've got this great article. But if you're a small business owner, in the home services industry, that's not very realistic, because you're very good at roofing, or you're very good at pest control or tree services, and you don't really have the time to be sending out emails to different companies asking to please link to your website. Also, if you're a local business, Google really wants other websites from within your area to link to you. So if I'm a roofing company in Miami, I could contact another roofing company in Miami and say, hey, I want to rank on page 1. Would you mind linking to my website? Well, probably you're not going to get a very good response from that guy. He's going to tell you to, go away. So this is where blogs come in handy, because you can create niche relevant content and then actually link to a website. And that's really what we do. So, is it against Google's terms of service? Yes. Is it Black Hat? Is it White Hat? Well, I don't really care about that kind of thing. All I care about is, does it work? And I think, a lot of the third-party sites like SEMrush, Majestic, they use terms like spam score, toxic links, and, you have to understand that these third-party tools, they have a subscription business model. So they have to have some kind of fear that they instill in people, because they need to justify people paying the monthly fee to, get their software. Now, if you log into Google Search Console, Google doesn't have those terms. It doesn't have toxic score, spam score, noise, or anything like that. So if it was important, if Google felt that that was important, they would have those terms. So all of those tools out there, like SEMrush or Majestic or Moz, these are just tools to use as a guide, but really what's important at the end of the day is, what does Google think, and where are you ranking in the SERPs?
Yeah, got it. I agree with you. Fiverr, and many related websites. SEO Clerk. I found a few of these websites. Yeah, it's better to avoid their services. By the way, on Fiverr you can find a few good specialists about some different techniques. It's related to help of reporters out. You can find them. Some of them can provide high quality backlinks, but they don't use automation and some links from that websites, or just to submit in many websites that have some gaps. They don't moderate a lot. So yeah, I agree with that. Can you tell about? You mentioned that you have a lot of websites in your network.
A lot of blogs, yeah.
A lot of blogs. Can you tell how to develop and innovate content on these blogs? Because, for example, I know from my personal experience, I have one blog. It's hard for me to update content. It's hard to post new content. But when you have a lot of blogs, you need to change approaches. I don't know, to update content, to create new content plan, and even to interlink between blogs, or get links to improve authority for these blogs. How to you do this job when you have many websites? Interested to know about
Yeah, that's a that's a very good question. So I'm just going to give myself a bit more light here. Excuse me.
it. Okay.
So I use a software program called Menterprise. It is a enterprise level software. I spend about $900 a month on this particular software. And what it does is you get a keyword, and then from that keyword, you create a question. And then we put that question in, and then Menterprise actually goes to Google and looks at all of the websites that are currently indexed. So it's basically getting the most freshest content from the websites already indexed in Google. And then it brings all of that content back and it cleans it all up and it puts it into paragraphs. So what we then do is we then take the keyword like Miami roofing contractor. We then create titles like H1, H2, H3, H4 titles. We then use Menterprise to then scrape 100 images, so niche relevant images about roofing, 100 YouTube videos. And then that same keyword then becomes the alt tag for all of those images and all of those videos. Then we take the customer's Google My Business listing, we embed that into the content. We then embed their NAP, which is their name, address, and phone number. And then the same keyword is then put into the content. And so what we end up with is what's called nested spin tags. And it's this nested spin tags that enables us to then submit across our blog network. And because it's nested spin tags, it actually spins all the content. So we end up with unique titles, a variety of images, a video, and where they get placed on the page is completely unique. So even though we might create say 300 backlinks that link directly to the website, every blog post is actually unique. And of course, it's themed in this case for, roofing contractor. So that's how we do it. Because, I mean, when I create a backlinks campaign, I am charging $35 for one URL, one keyword. It's impossible to create those number of backlinks to do that manually for $35. So that's why a lot of people come to LinkDaddy. We do a lot of work with agencies, guys doing rank and rent websites, and even business owners that kind of, know a little bit about SEO. And they're just looking for someone that they can rely upon who's going to, build them, a decent kind of backlinks. So that's how we do it.
Yeah, got it. Okay, how to measure the number of backlinks that we need to submit for specific pages? For example, I have pages on my website, and I know that I need backlinks to rank higher, to show authority. But how do we know how many backlinks do we need? Even more about quality. For example, how do I measure the quality of these backlinks that will provide? Because I can see in the top 10 results, some websites have 1,000 links, others have 5 backlinks, and of course, it depends on the quality of content and quality of these backlinks. From your experience, how to do it?
That's a very, very good question, Anatoly. Because in our business, like, you can check a website and you can see that they only have 5 backlinks, but actually they normally have a lot more, just that they're blocking the bots. So they're using PBNs, and they use special software to block the bots. And the reason why they do that is so that you can't see how many backlinks that they've got. And so you can't reverse engineer what they're doing to try and work out how they're ranking. I don't don't really look at, the first thing that I actually look at is I use the tool Ahrefs. I think that's how you pronounce it, or Ahrefs. What I typically look at first is what's called the UR and the DR. So the DR gives us some idea of authority that that website has, and I'm also looking at the referring domains. Then I'm looking at the anchor text. So typically what I see a lot is websites don't have a lot of backlinks. They don't have a lot of referring domains, and usually they have a very low DR, and more often than not, they'll have a high UR. So a UR means that they have a lot of branded and naked URL anchor text. So they rank for their brand, but they typically don't rank for any keywords. They have very little rankings, organic rankings. Even though they've got backlinks and some referring domains, they don't actually rank organically for anything other than their brand. And so when someone's looking at what to do, they really need to look at, well, what kind of authority does the website have? And then what kind of anchor text is the website showing up for? And so if they're mainly got branded and naked URL anchor text, well, now they need to have at least 50% of that anchor text should be generic anchor text, like click here, go there, visit this website, because that's actually natural. If someone's writing about you, they're not going to write this article and then put roofing contractor Miami. or Miami roofing contractor. They're going to put, check these guys out, or visit this website, or these are the guys that I used. So that's why it's important to have the majority of your anchor text should be generic anchor text. Of course, once you've created a lot of generic anchor text, now you can afford to do some money keyword anchor text, and some brand plus location and brand plus service anchor text. As far as the quality of the links, well, obviously, the best kind of links that you can get are usually around $200 to $300. And really you want links from sites that have traffic. But, most people can't afford that. So they might, over a period of time, buy 1 or 2 or 5 of those types of links. But then they would come to someone like me that can, where we offer something a bit more affordable, and they can get a lot of niche relevant backlinks. So I think that answers your question. It really depends on, building up the authority of the website, and then also looking at the anchor text, and that's really where that should be your starting point to determine, what type of links that you need to get.
Yeah, I have a few more questions, according to your reply. For example, you mentioned that it's better to check out the real traffic, for website. For example, if I want to get backlinks from website, I can check out the traffic. But, I found, for example, if I get the backlink from Forbes or CNN, I don't know, any other authoritative websites. But if I get backlinks from pages that have no traffic, have no authority, because other pages don't link to these pages. For example, if you have backlink from, I don't know, profile page on Forbes, and any other pages from Forbes don't link to this content, it doesn't bring a lot of results. Can you tell, do we need to create these backlinks, or it's better to find pages where we can get some visibility, I don't know, traffic, internal links, external links? Yeah, tell more about that.
Yeah. So, with our blog networks, most of those links won't be indexed. And this is obviously a cheaper service, and it's something that most people can afford. But we don't care whether they get indexed or whether they get any traffic. We're actually not trying to rank the blog posts. We're trying to rank the website. So what we do is we create these blogs and we make sure that they get crawled by Google. And of course, the bots come along, they, spider these blog posts, and because it's all do follow, they then flow through to the website and they bring all of that relevance through to the website. And of course, what we're most interested in doing is ranking the website. If you've done like a press release, and now you've got an article on Forbes or Market Watch or Digital Journal or something like that, well, typically those links aren't going to have any backlinks, and they will give some kind of value. Eventually a lot of those links will get purged, but the purpose of a press release is really to promote the brand. It's more for promotion, not really SEO purposes. Okay. So when you have some money, you can afford to buy a link from a website that's getting minimum 5,000 organic traffic. Well, that is definitely going to help. The name of the game is to have a variety of different types of links. We have a service called the Domain Power Booster, and what we do with that is we actually create a Google profile. And then with that profile, we go and create up to 200 accounts. Those accounts are, on blogs like Strikingly, Weebly, MySpace, Google sites, GoDaddy sites. Some of them are redirects, like Rebrandly and Bitly. Some of those are profile links. And once we've created all of those accounts, we then backlink them with our blogs. And that has proven to be very powerful because all of those accounts are high domain authority sites. They're all do follow. But of course, we're backlinking those links, which is a little bit different to what you said, where you get a link on Forbes profile, but then that profile doesn't have any backlinks. So all of the work that we do, we have everything done in tiers. So, we build a tier 3, which links to a tier 2, which links down to a tier 1, and it's the tier 1 that links to, the target URL. And that is actually an important factor, is to use what's called tiered link building, rather than just have one orphan backlink that actually has no other links behind it. That typically won't be very strong.
Okay, I have the question about getting backlinks to your backlinks. For example, if you have some backlinks that link to your website, and is it good idea to earn backlinks to these backlinks because to improve their authority and get more weight, or just it's better to link all of them to the main promotional page?
That's a very good question. The answer to that question is yes, it's a good idea to backlink them, but it's even a better idea if you've actually created those tier 1 links in the first place. So, if you've got other people that are linking to your website, if they're your links, that's perfect. If they're somebody else's links, well, then obviously you're going to spend money on backlinking those links, which is somebody else's asset. It will help power up your website, but ideally you want to create your own kind of tier 1 links and then start backlinking those. So tiered link building is definitely way more important than just to have one link that has no links behind it.
Yeah, got it. You mentioned a few times about example with Miami roofing, yeah. And what do you think if we are talking about local website? Is it good idea to get relevant backlinks from other locations, or it's better to get backlinks from exact location? Sometimes even it's irrelevant, but it's the same location. What do you think? Which backlinks are better for Google?
Relevancy is very important. That's kind of like the number one thing. but then trying to get a relevant backlink if you're a local business is quite difficult, because if you're a roofing company, other roofing companies aren't going to link to you. I solved this problem by using places of interest. So, if you're a roofing company in Miami, you could go to Miami and type in things to do in Miami. And Google is then going to give you a big list of all of the, touristy kind of places of, what you can do if you were visiting Miami as a tourist. So let's assume that there's a place called Miami Aquarium. Well, what we do is we then go and create blogs all about Miami Aquarium. So the keyword Miami Aquarium is in all the titles. We use pictures about Miami Aquarium. We get videos about Miami Aquarium. We grab the Google map for Miami Aquarium, and we create all of these blog posts perfectly optimized for Miami Aquarium. And then at the bottom of that blog post, we put, please visit one of our local supporters, Anatoly's Roofing Services. And then we link to your website. And so what that shows to Google is that you have a geo-relevant backlink, because here's this, entity that Google's already talked about that's a tourist attraction. It's a place of interest in Miami. And now there's a blog that's been, 150 blogs that have been created about this, location. And then all of these blogs are now linking to your website. So that's a geo-relevant backlink as opposed to a niche-relevant backlink.
Okay, we have the question from
And
Yevgen
that is
Kosenko.
very important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the important steps you would highlight to promote the brand?
Yeah.
Definitely press releases. So you should be doing a press release every month. You need to understand that a press release is not like a one-time thing. You should be doing it every month for a couple of reasons. Typically, all of the media sites, the news sites, they purge the links. So, today you've got a link on US Today. Well, probably in a month's time or 45 days, that link will get purged and you'll no longer have that backlink. So in order to keep that link, you need to keep doing a press release every month. And of course, the whole purpose of the press release is to promote the brand. It's to keep putting the brand out there. Another way to promote the brand is to be creating YouTube videos. So if you're a home service business, you would be doing before and after videos. So if you're a roofing contractor, you could be up on the roof, showing people, look, this is why this roof needs replacing. You see this problem here, you see this problem there. This is how we're going to fix this. And then you would do a follow-up video showing, now this is what we did, and here's the result. So you can do kind of like educational videos, before and afters, explainer type videos. You can also, do videos that are kind of like 5-star videos where you have a little bit of information about your business, and then you say, but don't just take our word for it, have a listen to what some of our customers have to say. And then you would screenshot your 5-star reviews in Google My, from your Google My Business listing. And then you'd put your logo and your phone number at the end, and you would, voice over the whole thing. There's different programs you can use for that. You create, unique background music. But, like I myself, for my own brand, for Link Daddy, I create 4 videos every day. So I'm uploading 4 videos every day of the week. And I monetize my YouTube channel. So I make, quite a few hundreds of dollars from people advertising on my videos. But if you go to YouTube and you type in SEO services, backlinks, or buy backlinks, or link building, or how to rank a YouTube video, you will see my videos all over YouTube. So why is videos very good? Well, it depending on what you're selling. Like if you're a plumber or a locksmith, or like emergency electrician, people don't tend to really study reviews. They have an urgent need for a service, and typically they're just going to go after the first one that they see. But if you're a roofing company, or you're a HVAC person, or you're doing tree services, or you're a chiropractor or a dentist, people tend to read reviews, they study the website, they go to YouTube, they watch videos for a couple of reasons. They don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to pick the wrong person. They don't want to be humiliated by their family for buying something too expensive, or be laughed at by their friends. Ultimately, at the end of the day, people are afraid of making the wrong decision. So this is why they check out reviews, why they watch videos, to, basically get some reassurance. So if you've got videos where you're actually in the video and you're talking to the people, well, they can look into your eyes, they can hear how you breathe, they can hear how you talk, and you're real. And so if they've watched, 5 or 10 or 20 of your videos and you're explaining different stuff, well, those videos educate that person, they warm the person up. So by the time they come to your website, they're already ready to buy. Because let's face it, websites don't really sell credibility, because anyone can create anything on a website. Anyone can make fake reviews. They can put all sorts of pictures, put all sorts of content. But YouTube videos, they're hard to fake. Like for example, if I'm now doing a video and someone watches my video, they can see that I'm a real person. And so that ties in with the brand. It's press releases, it's doing social media. Maybe you're in a Facebook group. Either you own the group and you build a group to help that particular niche, or you're in a Facebook group in somebody else owns the Facebook group and you're in there actually answering questions. You're not in there spamming the group, promoting your link, hey, buy this, buy that, because that'll get you kicked out. But if you're in there answering people's questions and you're genuinely interested, trying to help people, people will reach out to you because you're someone that can be trusted. And that's the other thing, is we live in a world today where we're constantly being lied to by our leaders, by our politicians, by the media. And so it's hard to find somebody to trust. So if you're doing videos and you're constantly doing press releases, basically what you're communicating to the market is, hey, we're a real company. We're not, Black Ocean 57 on Fiverr hiding behind some name. You don't know whether we're from Bangladesh or Pakistan, or whether we're male or female. We're actually, hey, I'm a real person. Here's my stuff. We exist. We're available. We're real. And, that's what people are looking for. So hopefully that answers the question about the two things that I would be doing if I was, wanting to promote my brand.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. Okay, we have the question, by the way, good question. Any advice of protecting yourself from link farming and negative SEO? What do you think?
Don't worry about it. That's a waste of time. There's nothing really that you can do about it. I mean, you can disavow backlinks, but Google doesn't take any notice of it anymore. And the reason being is because they got sued too many times. So what was happening is companies were being attacked by negative SEO, and so they were taking Google to court because their websites were being tanked. So what Google does now is they just devalue the links. They don't worry about trying to get rid of them. They just devalue them. And so, in my opinion, even if it's negative SEO, in some way that's still helping you, and that you should just continue to keep building links. Like, don't even worry about it.
Yeah, nice. I never thought about that. I'm still using disavow file, sometimes time to time, because I think if you can see manual actions, it's better to disavow them. But
I mean,
if you have no manual,
Yeah, if you've
Yeah.
got porn, if you've got a lot of porn links linking to you or pharmaceutical links or something like that, well, then obviously disavow. But if it's
Mhm.
not porn, if it isn't gaming, if it isn't CBD or pharmaceutical, don't worry about getting rid of those links because it's still a backlink. So
Mhm.
they're actually, and if you're still building links, and your links are relevant, I mean, like that's how you do it. Instead of trying to get rid of stuff, you just keep building more links.
Yeah.
Because you
Okay.
can waste time, and money trying to get rid of links. The best thing to
Mhm.
do is just to out create it by building more links.
Yeah, by the way, Google representatives replied many times to this question. If you have no
Right.
manual action, don't worry about that. Okay,
Exactly.
I have the question about how to learn link building today. Because I have audience who have websites, they wanna get backlinks, promote their websites, and the second part of the audience who wanna jump on this field to learn more about link building, how to be a great SEO expert like you. Can you tell how to start learning today about link building, because we have obsolete knowledge a lot online?
Okay, well, my answer to that's a good question. My answer to that question could seem biased, but I think I'm going to give you a very real answer. In my opinion, you're wasting your time trying to build links yourself because that is not your business. Your business is about selling products, whatever that is. And that's what you should be concentrating on. You should not be trying to wear all the hats in your business. You should be coming to companies like myself and outsourcing that so that you can focus on sales. If you're spending your time building links, that's time you're not generating sales, and you're in business to make money. And the only way you get paid is when you make a sale. So like at the end of the day, we all have 24 hours in a day. The most precious commodity in the world is time. It's more valuable than precious metals. It's more valuable than gold. And so you need to put value on your time. How much is your time worth? And so if you're spending time doing outreach, trying to get a backlink because you listen to, Neil Patel and that's what he told you to do, I mean, what you should be doing is actually answering people's questions and writing to people and promoting and helping people, reaching out to people, promoting. That's what you should be focusing on and getting sales. And then because you're getting sales, now you can afford to outsource the backlinking work. And of course, as you get more links, you get more organic rankings, and then you make more sales. And to me, that's a better use of your time than you trying to learn something else that maybe you know a little bit about, maybe you don't, and you could end up wasting a lot of time where it would be a best use of your time just to outsource it to people who are already experts in the area.
Okay, if someone wanna learn more about link building because they wanna provide this service, can you lead them in the right direction? What kind of information they need to learn?
Well, you need to learn about servers. You need to learn about
Mhm.
software. Like you could, create a list of different high domain authority sites, and you could get a VPN and you could
Mhm.
create a Google profile and then manually start going and creating those links. To create 200 links takes about 3 days. So, you could do that. So you kind of need to weigh up, well, in 3 days, how many clients could I get, how many sales could I make
Mhm.
versus me spending the time creating those links. If you're in the link building business and you want to sell links, well, it's not just the time to create the links, you also have to market yourself. And in my business, it's very competitive. You only have to go to Fiverr and Legit and these types of places to see how many people from Pakistan and India and, other parts of the world who are selling, all sorts of different types of backlinks from $5 to $30 to $100 or whatever. So it's not just about you learning how to do it. You also need to learn how to market and promote yourself.
Okay. Yeah. And I have the final question about the future. What kind of future are you expecting? Can you predict? Do we need to increase our efforts to get backlinks, or in the future Google might, I don't know, take away this algorithm? What do you think about that?
Well, there's a lot of things happening in the world. Like there's a war. The US dollar looks like it might crash. So the thing is you can't do anything about that. You can't do anything about a war. You can't prevent it from happening. You don't know. You can't stop the US dollar from crashing. These are things that are out of your control. But what you can do is you can be prepared for these types of things by 10xing your promotion. So that's 10 times in your promotion. Every day you must have the idea of who's got my money. And you need to be constantly promoting and totally focused on sales. And you need to be out promoting your competitors continuously. So you're reaching out to people, you're sending out emails, you're promoting on Facebook, you're promoting on Pinterest, you're constantly outflowing. There's a law which is outflow equals inflow. And then at the end of the day, if something goes wrong, the why is not God. It's God's fault because I don't have any money. No, at the end of the day, if you don't have any money, it's because you didn't have prediction. You didn't take the necessary steps to be prepared for any kind of disaster. So while everybody's watching Netflix and they're watching politics or they're watching videos about war or whatever, or they're out drinking, that's the time when you should be doing the opposite of what everybody else is doing. So as far as my prediction is concerned, backlinks aren't going away. That is the fundamental basic of Google. That is the currency of Google. Backlinks are Google's currency. So I don't see Google disappearing. Will there be other marketing channels? A few years ago, there was no such thing as TikTok. Now TikTok's available. Facebook's not as good as what it once was. So you do need to be aware of different marketing channels. But of course, a lot of people think Google is the internet. So that's where a lot of people go. YouTube is the number 2 search engine in the world. If you are not making videos every day, it's just not smart. You need to be making videos all the time, whether you're making the video or you've got other people making videos for you. If you're afraid to get in front of a camera, you need to be including video as part of your strategy, because people's time frame, their attention spans are getting less and less and less. They actually want to be entertained rather than reading some blog posts. Long blog posts are great for Google and for indexing a website, but videos are very good as far as, getting in front of someone's eyeballs and actually selling your brand, selling your product, selling your service.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay. We have the question. What are some key factors that make a good backlink?
It should be do follow. It should already be on a site that already has good domain authority. If it's also got traffic coming to it, that's even better. But typically, if it's got traffic, the link will not be for free. You'll have to pay $200, $300 to get a link on a website that's already getting, 5,000 plus organic traffic every month. So, the way to start is by, doing the cheaper options first, concentrating on sales, and then as you make money, you start investing some of those profits into links on high DA sites that most importantly are getting traffic. Because they're the best links you can get, but not everybody can afford those links, and you don't want only those links, because again, that wouldn't look natural. Google will be very suspicious of that as well. If you only had links coming from sites that got traffic, that would be totally unnatural. So the answer to the question is, what is a good backlink? It's a variety of links, to have all sorts of different types of links, and then have a proper ratio of good anchor text. 50% of your anchor text should be generic anchor text, and then some of your anchor text should be money keywords, and then more of your anchor text should be branded anchor text, naked URL anchor text, brand plus service, brand plus location type anchor text. And that's my answer.
Okay, we have the question: is it right to buy 1 million backlinks for just $5? We replied to this question a few times. Not.
No, that's typically going to be crap. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially 1 million, it's when they submit about 1,000 links, but 1 million backlinks, I don't know, for $5.
Yeah, ideally you want blogs, because blogs have content. And what's more important at the end of the day is the relevancy. So if you've got a link linking to your site, and it's from a blog that already has a lot of content on it, with pictures about, for example, roofing, content about roofing, a video about roofing, a Google My Business listing about a roofing company, this is the best type of link you can get. Like a profile link is not bad, but if that profile link has no content, which typically profile links don't have content, and then that profile link also isn't backlinked by blogs like niche relevant blogs, that profile link, even though it's, looks powerful, it won't really help you that much.
Yeah. And by the way, I wanna just tell more about link building, even more about future of link building. Just wanna remind that Google created this algorithm because of improving the quality of search results, the top 10 results. That's why Google could overcame big companies, Yahoo, AltaVista, many others, just to improve results by considering links, just backlinks. Yeah, because it's hard, to estimate the quality of content, but when they check out links, they understand that others can link to this content because it might be valuable, good content. So yeah, and today we have this algorithm, and it's not going anywhere because of improving results.
Yeah, so
Okay,
it's at the end of the day, it's you've got to be constantly building links, so there must be some consistency with your link building. Your link building should be relevant. So the links coming into your site should be relevant links. And if you're constantly doing that, and you have different types of links coming from different sources, that's what's going to help you at the end of the day. Of course, you can still do outreach if you want to. You can do guest posts if you want to. The secret is to have a variety of things going on, but to consistently keep doing it.
Yeah. By the way, about guest posting, I see that many link builders just submit guest posts without sharing value, without trying to get real results from this guest post, just to write some generic content. And when webmasters don't link to this content, it doesn't bring anything. Yeah, if you wanna use guest posting.
there's a lot of crap. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
get spammed every day from people promoting guest posts, and those are the things to stay away from. There's also niche edits. Like typically you'll have a lot of companies who've got some, PBN, it's got great metrics, and then they write an article, and that article really has no sense to it, and they're linking out on that page to 9 other websites. Now they're selling those links at about $90 a link wholesale. Which means the end customer who's paying for that link, which is usually bought by an agency, they're paying $200, and it's absolutely useless. So, if you're going to buy guest posts, you need to look at the traffic of that guest post, because everybody's selling guest posts showing the metrics. Look how powerful my guest posts are, 82 DR, blah, blah. That doesn't mean anything. What's important is what traffic is that site actually getting. And if it's getting decent traffic and you can have a well-written article placed on that website and you're the only person that article is linking out to, well, then that's good. But you're going to pay $265 or more for that type of link. The question here is, what are your strategies for finding backlinks? You can, there's a guy that actually provides this service. I think it's called Ranked SEO. I think you pay a couple of $100 for the year, and you'll get a list of like 500 or 600 or 700 places where you can go and create, an article link or a profile link or a blog link. And this is something that you can manually do. Of course, I've already done that, and we now have a list of about 200 out of that 700 because we've been doing this for 2 years, so we know which links actually stick and which links get deleted after a week or so. So, you can go and create all of those links, but understand you're going to lose most of them because obviously these sites know that people are just, looking for places to get free backlinks, and so typically if you haven't done it correctly, they end up getting deleted. So the answer to my question is, rather than finding places to find backlinks, you're better off finding someone who's an expert in the business and actually outsourcing the work to them and concentrate on making sales. That's what you should be spending your time on, is not trying to find places to get free backlinks. You should be concentrated on selling. Now, of course, if you're trying to make a business from selling backlinks, well, then obviously you need to spend time on that. But it's not just that. You also need to market yourself, because there's hundreds of people on Fiverr and Legit selling backlink services. I don't really do much selling. I don't do any selling on Fiverr. I tried to do it and I just got bored with it. And I do a little bit. I've done about 35 grand worth of business on Legit. But where most of my business came from was from my Facebook group, from people finding me organically, particularly in YouTube. And of course, once customers become customers, they tend to keep buying from me over and over and over and over. So there are some advantages. I've gone from a one-man band to 35 staff. I'm turning over maybe $500,000 a year at the moment. So I started just by myself, and I've actually turned this into a business, So it is possible. But if you're not doing it as a link builder, if you're not doing it to try and sell a service, and you're a business person and you're interested in backlinks to try and rank your e-commerce site or something like that, you need to be concentrating on sales, providing excellent customer service, doing videos, and outsourcing the link building to an expert.
Yeah, agree with that. We have super active man on our chat. If you can provide just short replies to his questions, it will be great. Just 30 seconds. Yeah. How long do backlinks take to work?
Well, that really depends on the backlink. I mean, if you buy crap backlinks, or if you go to places to try and get a free backlink, typically that's not going to last very long. So, the types of backlinks that we create with the blogs, they're pretty stable links. And that's the important key here, is that if you're going to be building backlinks, they need to be stable, because if you have a lot of backlinks coming into a website and then within 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month or whatever, they start disappearing, Google's going to take notice of that, and they're going to think there's something wrong with this website because people were linking to it and now they're not linking to it. So that creates a negative effect. That is why you constantly want to keep building backlinks, so that if you do lose some, it doesn't actually matter. I make educational video. Can I get a shout out? Okay, shout out.
Just do it, yeah. Be consistent, In my way, consistency works well. And yeah, is it a good idea to invest so much as a beginner? What do you think?
Yep. Because if you're going to run a business, you need to invest in a business. You need to be going to YouTube, watching videos, trying things, testing things. You need to be not watching TV, not watching movies. If you really want to build a business, you need to be, spending every moment you possibly can on that business, 10 times your production, 10 times your promotion. Otherwise, you won't make it.
Okay, Tony, it's a big pleasure to learn from you. You shared a lot of insights. You help a lot. You reply to all questions. Love it. Tell our audience how they can reach out to you, learn more about you, follow you.
Well, you can go to YouTube and type in Link Daddy, or you can go to Google and type in Link Daddy, and then you'll find my websites. You'll see a picture of me or Link Daddy himself. He's kind of like I'll just show you. Like this is my this is Link Daddy here, which is kind of like me, and that is hold on, because I'm doing everything backwards here. That is the logo, Link Daddy. So if you want to find me, just you can also go to Facebook, type in Link Daddy or Tony Peacock, and you'll find me.
Okay, guys, you can find all these links in the description below. Listen us on Apple, Google, Spotify. Thanks a lot again for your time. Yeah, it's a big pleasure. Welcome back anytime when you have time. We can share more value. We can help more others, because I love it. I think you love it as well, because I can check out your content, and yeah, I like all your replies. Okay, guys, thanks for watching and listening us.